Hi Jared.
Hi Max.
We're gonna talk about if students should pay extra for resit exams.
Okay.
What's your opinion about it?
Yeah, I think they shouldn't pay because not everybody's equal, not everybody has the money to do so. So, yeah, they really shouldn't pay, I think. What do you think about that?
I think students should pay extra for resit exams because according to studyinternational.com, it encourages students to be more seriously about their study. And I think it's necessary because a lot of students need a resit exam, and maybe you can lower the cost for people who don't need a resit exam because the people who need a resit exam pay extra.
Okay, but if they lower it, maybe some students can feel as if they're not as, as good as the other ones. So maybe not the lowering part, but I can see your point for sure. But that all students have the circumstances still, to pay the fines of the tests. Because UNESCO said, it increased stresses for the students to maybe pay.
Yeah, but maybe it encourages them to take it more seriously.
Yeah, and that increases the stress, I think.
I know what you mean, but students need a little bit of stress, I think.
Yeah.
Because they need to push themselves to be the best.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you learn the best in that way.
Okay. But I don't think if the school do this, that it should be a business, because they can look at it as maybe they can, make some hard questions and maybe the first students to fail, and then they can get more money. So that is also a factor that we have to look at.
Yes, I understand what you say, but I think if people who need a resit exam, if they pay extra, then the students who don't need a resit exam can pay less because the resitters they pay extra.
What did you say? Repeat that.
If a resit examiner, a student who needs a resit, if he pay extra for the resit, I think the students who don't need a resit, they have to pay less for the study itself.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. But I don't think they should pay still, because you pay once per year, and that's for free to just go to school and take tests. So to charge for additional tests can be, maybe they're not prepared for that, and maybe something can go wrong, maybe accidents, and then they have to pay still. Maybe the trains are not running that day and they miss a test, and now you're stuck paying for something that maybe they would have passed easily or something.
Yeah, but maybe you had to be prepared for that.
Yeah, to a certain extent you can be, but not all the time.
Maybe you have bad luck that day.
Yeah. And then you're stuck paying.
It's only pay extra for that resit exam. So maybe you pay $20 extra for that resit, because the school needs to pay the examinators, the teachers to give an extra lesson. So the cost. I think it's necessary to do that because the cost will increase, so the students need to pay more. You get what I mean?
Yeah, the cost will increase for sure, but the school should charge enough money from the beginning of the year so that everything is already set. Not that there is gonna be, not that they didn't account for stuff that can happen. So if they charge for it at the beginning of the year, it would all be set. The teacher salary will all be paid for, without having to rely on a test.
Yeah, but the prices are already that high.
Of the school, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So I think it should be enough. If it's already high, then there's no reason to charge extra for tests. it was already enough.
Yeah, but I think it's not enough because I think you can. It's better for the students who don't need to resit. They take it very seriously allemaal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think if you need a resit, if you pay extra, you have more pressure on you, so you don't need to resit.
Yeah.
I think it's for both ways better.
Yeah, to a certain point it can be better, but also it could lead to dropouts maybe, because maybe some students don't want to pay and they just get, put the idea in their head that they're gonna drop out if they fail a couple of tests. So we have to put ourselves in the mind of a teenager maybe in the first year that just started, isn't sure about what he wants to do, and he fails a couple of tests and then decides to, he's gonna look for something else, something easier, and that could lead to dropouts because he doesn't want to pay.
Yeah, but maybe you can get rid of the bad students that way.
Yeah, you can get rid of the bad students.
Yeah.
But OECD education at a glance in 2020 said that, knows that financial strain is one of the top reasons students leave school early. So money is a big problem for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And to charge more could get them to drop out without it being fair. It's not about financial situation, but about knowledge.
Yeah, I get what you say, but maybe we can get a consensus between our opinions.
Yeah, definitely. You can look at the mental aspect as well, if you want to.
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay. The fear of paying can create anxiety, especially in young people.
Yeah.
So it might be a good option it can help you get better grades, but it can also, give you more anxiety, especially during the exam seasons where you have multiple tests and if you fail 2 of them per semester, it can still be a lot of money.
Maybe we can get extra pay for students only in year 2, 3, and 4, not in year 1. For the new students.
So they don't have to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can come in easily, and if you're in year 2, 3, or 4, you need to pay extra for the resits.
Okay. So what you're saying is that in year 2, they won't care as much to pay.
I think in year 2, the bad students already dropped out because they can get on.
Yeah.
And in year 2, there are more serious students. And if we let them pay extra for resits, I think it puts a little bit pressure on them.
Okay, so
they don't want to resit.
Yeah. So as of now, that we ourselves did we have to redo Netherlands and English, so that's maybe 4 exams we have to do.
Yeah.
And we have to pay for all of them in year 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not much, but I think $10 per exam.
Yeah, then we'll do anything, I think, to pay the teachers.
But if every student pays $10, if you have 40 students that need a resit,
40, yeah.
then you have
$40.
$400.
Yeah. Yeah, out of 40, you can get enough, but I don't think 40 people will fill the tests. But we definitely have to look into that. Yeah, as I already said, tuition is already fairly high, especially for students who come here to live alone and stuff.
Yeah.
They would have to get jobs just to pay, almost 300 per month. Yeah, 2012 months. almost 300 per month sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's already high, and you would already require a job, and then part of that job is to just pay school.
Okay, maybe we can think about this and discuss in the next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, then we'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you.